What's up and welcome to B. Taylor Outdoors. I'm Ben. Today is all about how to pass a master test. This is actually going to be a two-part series. So I actually have two special guests on. First one is Bob Owens from Lone Duck Outfitters. The second is going to be Blaine Tarnecki from Hudson Retrievers. He's known kind of as the Boykin guy. And I'm actually going to link all their information down below, so their Patreon pages, their Instagrams, all that fun stuff. But if you really want to get into force fetch, collar conditioning, some more advanced drills, things like that, then I would definitely go look at their Patreon pages. And also, speaking of that, if you like the video or if you're a new time viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That helps me out, it helps you out, so you can see the videos that I'm posting, all that fun stuff. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into the video.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Bob Owens from Lone Duck Outfitters and Kennels.
Blaine Tarnecki, not the pterodactyl.
From Hudson River Retrievers, yeah.
And the Brown Dog Academy.
Very good. And we are here at Fall Line Retriever Club in Lincolnton, Georgia, running a master test. And so we're going to walk through this test specifically and some of the factors that you'll see in the video and our tactics and tips to try and get her done. So first series, land setup, bunch of hay bales, a little bit of a hill, rising hill going away from us.
And it's looking out at the test, it's not just square straight up, it's an angle.
Absolutely.
You know, it's at an angle, which makes it, which is going to add to the suction that we'll talk about in just a minute.
Yep, we've got a small decoy spread of mallard ducks, and we've got a triple. So the first bird out is right up the middle. That's our live flyer. Then off to the left is a sharp angle back bird that is basically in a keyhole of two hay bales. And then off to your right, a big swing, is a bird thrown right at us. So we send the dog for that bird, and then you kind of make a decision on what's next. The wind is playing a factor big time today. It's heavy winds blowing right to left. Pretty stiff, I'd say.
Yeah, it's rough. Where it's blowing, they put the birds in the right spot and threw them from the right direction, that if a dog would run at a gun station or run, you know, split the difference between the left bird and the middle bird, you're going to have problems with it.
That's right.
The angled in throws could be tough. It's always tough. We've talked about those angled in throws that we don't like judges doing, but they continue to do it, so you better practice for it.
Absolutely.
Because your dogs are used to going, you know, even with the holding blind or deep of it or angled back. So, you know, we saw one dog, Linda's dog, did that very thing. She, you know, went by the bird, because it's thrown so far straight in, dogs aren't expecting that. And so, you know, the dog recovered, came back and got the bird like a good dog, but, you know, that can be a tough factor. And then you have to make a decision, am I picking up the short left or going after the flyer? And I'm typically letting the dog decide on this type of test. I saw our good friend Oliver Berman choose that middle bird. I'm not sure if he did it because the dog didn't see the left bird good, or he wanted to not get in trouble of the dog going by that, then winding it and getting, because they're pinched together.
Absolutely. So I've been picking it up outside middle, and in conjunction with that, it's like next shortest bird down is what I'm going after. So the left-hand bird is that. I've had good luck with it. The dogs are hitting it right. And then when I punch them up the middle, some dogs, it's like a false horizon almost. So they see the bird out at a distance, and when they get to the top of the hill, they're not there yet. They're about 60 yards short or more. And so they've got to have the grit and the guts to dig through that.
Right, there's been a lot of dogs stop 40 or 50 yards short of the flyer and start hunting.
Absolutely.
And so that the false horizon is exactly what it is. And it looks like it's landing where they're hunting, but it's not even, they're not even close.
They're not even close, and they're not going to get saved by the wind either. They've got to have the guts to dig out there and go and get it. Basically, there's no walk up in this series. There's no honor in this series, so we'll get those.
We got a double blind. I don't know, we talked about the blinds.
Yeah, we did do a double blind.
We got a double blind. One is right up the gut of the test, just right of the flyer station at a giant mound through the mallard decoy spread. And so it's an obvious gap. Send your dog through there. If you keep them, you know, within the boundaries of those decoys, you're going to be in a good spot.
Yep.
If you get a little bit left, I'm trying to finish it to the left side of it. obviously, to
Play the wind.
And they have a black pole up, so it's
Pretty helpful.
obvious that that's the blind.
Yep.
The left blind though can be a little tricky.
That's a real humdinger.
It's a humdinger. It's at a big round hay bale, and they're tucking that bird up right in the crook. I was going to say crotch of the hay bale.
I like your style.
For you.
It's a good looking crotch.
Right up in it. Luckily, the wind is help. If the wind was blowing
towards us
or straight back that way, it could be a little trouble. But the wind's gonna help you on that if your dog stays in control and will sit at the pile or sit at the bird.
That's right.
And if you can get them just left of it, and that's what I've done, sit them right there. They get a little wind, they go down and pick it up. And most of the dogs, I'm not saying a lot of dogs have trouble with it.
No, less than I would have thought. And again, to strategize it, we're looking at the wind direction, and you don't want to play the wind too much. You want to challenge the line and work your dog on the line all the way to the bird. The judge doesn't want to see you.
Yeah, don't parallel it and then let it come over and do it. But
at the end,
you want that last cast to put it just left of the bird.
Exactly.
Instead of just right of the bird. And just right of the bird could cause problems.
Yep. And then when I stop them right there, I'm taking half a second to let them drink it in and get a scent of that duck, so that when I give them my cast, they have a real good idea of what's going on instead of ping-ponging around the hay bale wondering what's up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we've been attacking this test. So far we've had good success.
Dogs are doing good.
Dogs are doing really well. It's been a fun test. We got great judges.
Good judges, got good people around us, and having a good time.
We wish Oliver was in the other flight, but he's here with us today, so we're dealing with it. And we're going to see you in the second series. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed watching some of the dogs work as we work through the discussion of this setup, and we'll see you in the second series.
Water,
baby.
Yep.
All right, well, thank y'all for watching the video. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button for me. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really helps me out. And I want to thank y'all again, and don't forget, their season never ends.